Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where I'll be breaking down the stock market. So, before we get started, please hit that like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. Now, if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel and get all types of daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, definitely head over to Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description for you guys. And now, let's get right into the market. All right, so welcome back once again, guys. And I want to start off with this one more time, and I'm not going to repeat that again. You can see on 328, pretty much calling for all-time highs, and now we're sitting at all-time highs. And things from extreme fear, you can see now it's sitting on extreme greed almost. I mean, we're not too far off, and we can get there, early as next week. So this is insane. It was right here, the reading was like 10, 15, and now 62. And what's happening right now, we're just going straight up. Not even 1% pullback. We have not seen pullback, any sort of consolidation last 2 weeks. And more than 2 weeks now, more than 10 days. So massive, massive rally to the upside. And that's why when the market goes down and everybody's talking about a crash, you just buy the dip and sleep on it. Well, that is my take. At least that's what I do. Now you can see here's the latest tanker traffic in Strait of Hormuz. So nothing really moving. We saw oil going up today, but despite all that, the market again going higher. You can see right on my screen, Dow is up 0.24%, Nasdaq up 0.36%. At one point, it was up nearly 1% once again today. S&P up 0.26%, and IWM also going up 0.21%. Well, here in this case, Russell. Now, advancing, you can see 49.4 declining 46.1. So pretty much 50-50, right? Not too far off. 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500, and you can see, I mean, usually when energy leads the way, S&P 500 comes down, but in this case energy led the way, I think, yesterday also, and energy is still going up, real estate, and then we have a bit of a technology, but a lot of the sectors are red, and the market again putting in another brand new all-time high. And why is that happening? Well, I'm going to show you guys, and yesterday I actually made a video on big mega cap stocks, and then after making the video, 2 3 hours later, when I was ready to actually go and post the video, realized that I had an update on my computer and there was no sound. So it sucks sometimes, to put out these videos, which definitely does not get anything, does not bring any money, nothing. And when you make it, you waste your time and you see no sound. So today, there will be update on big mega cap stocks as well. But I want to show you guys what's happening now. Yesterday, well, Microsoft, we've been talking about it in my channel, especially with big mega cap updates, that this is the stock to buy. And it's been on a monster run, up again today, over 2%. Amazon up, Tesla slightly down today, Meta up, Google flat on the day, Apple down 1%. But what is driving this rally? You can see a lot of these names are red. Well, today, energy sector is green. It's driven by Intel, TXN, AMD. What happened today? AMD, did they have earnings today? No. AMD is up 7 8% to a brand new all time high. A lot of these names. And then computer hardware, chips or memory chips, Western Digital, STX, SNDK still going non-stop. I mean, talking about, penny stock going to, almost $1,000 a share. This is just insane. Then we have Broadcom also going up to all-time highs almost there. And then Oracle also joining the party. Some of these software names, they were beaten down. So if they rally, that's totally fine. But then this rally was mainly led by those 7 8 stocks, magnificent eight, right? Broadcom, Nvidia, Google, Meta, Tesla was up yesterday big, $30. Amazon, and these are the things that are actually driving this market even higher. So now let's talk about HYG and see what's happening. See if we can find any clues where the market will be pulling back in next couple of sessions. All right, so you can see right on my screen, I actually have this hourly time frame, but let's just put it on the daily. And what happened? So high yield bond, this is actually the smart money. It actually sold off yesterday. It was actually selling off as well. And today, what happened? This is the gap up and go from this Tuesday, where we had that gap up on SPY from 686. Since then, we never looked back. We did not even come down here. So what is happening here? If you look at my screen, this is HYG. This is the previous all-time highs right here, and you can see we actually went higher, and then gap up and go on Tuesday, and the next day was up as well, slightly. And today we pulled back into the gap. We did close the gap, and we closed right on that support. Now, so this one here already did close the gap. Now let's have a look at SMH. So here's SMH, and you can see yesterday this was a fake, long wick on this candle. We came down here to 443 only to fill the gap. And this is from also Tuesday, gap up and go. We did fill that gap. We went higher again. We were able to make brand new all-time high once again today, and I think it's up close to 0.5%. So this Tuesday's gap on SMH and HYG both are filled completely. Now, what's happening on SPY? Let's have a look. I mean, when you look at this, I mean, it's going straight up, just straight up. And let me just clear a few things. You guys can see it better. Do you see any pullbacks anywhere? Nope. Up, up, up. No, higher lows and higher highs, nothing. Now, let's have a look at this right here. This was last year's correction, or, the tariff, sell off. Okay, we had this, bottom here. We rallied back up. We came back the next day. Then we had the news. We rallied. I think this is the biggest, one of the biggest rally I have ever seen. But then look at what happened. We came back up to what? Right here, right about 542, 543. Then we gave back all of those gains, went down to 50, what is it? 503. Then we went back up again. We went back up, we came back in, and then the rally started. So at least somewhat of, pullback before getting into that big rally. We came back in here again, but the dip buyers are, they were there to buy the dip. We had another gap up and go, some consolidation here, and then another jump, and then another fade. Then we went higher, right? So at least on the way up, we saw some pullbacks, and then when we got up to here, we got this pullback here. But fast forward, let's have a look at this. Do you see anything here? This is the biggest and the vicious rally that we have ever seen in this market. I mean, you cannot just call this, just a V shape. This is actually, V will stand for vicious rally, because it didn't stop for anybody. Let's say you're somebody holding cash, you want to buy on a breakout. I mean, if you did not participate here or even here, it's gone. I mean, new money long here, what's there to make? So now I want to clear a couple of things. So you can see that 686 gap is unfilled. Today we ran and we put in another brand new all-time high. As a matter of fact, closing at a brand new all-time high over 700. Now, this is where the FOMO kicks in, and things are just like when market was down here and everybody was saying crash, crash all over YouTube, like what's gonna happen next. Even the the big guys, let's say some of the big guys, not all of them. I think only few people that actually were bullish, including myself, maybe Mike Silver from that channel, Figuring Out Money. But some of the other ones, mostly, I would say mostly, they were extremely bearish in the market. And now, as soon as we had this run, they turned bullish. Now, all of a sudden, they're posting videos like all-time highs. Yeah, we're just gonna buy it. So now, at least from my point of view, I'm not bullish here. I'm not a big bull at brand new all-time high. Things can definitely pull back. So that's why you have to hold on. Right, so S&P definitely hitting branding all-time high and just kept going. Does that mean we're never going to come back down? There will be no correction, nothing, because there will be no opportunities. There will be nothing if there is no pullback. Now, where things can pull back? Well, today, if you look at this, let's have a look at 15-minute here on this chart, and this is just insane. And a lot of people, including few people that I know, they would just buy a few days out, call or puts actually, or even calls. If you're buying anything today, especially when it comes to like short term uh, puts or even calls, they're just getting burned. Look at this. What happened today? We went higher. Well, this was the morning. We went higher, came back in. We went higher, came back in. We went higher again into the closing. A little bit of pulling back into the closing last minute, and nothing really happened, right? I mean, we're up about $1 and some change. This is not something that I would call a big rally, but things are just getting stalled out here and not going any higher. But what's interesting today, I mean, this is just insane to think that this is actually a support level here, guys. I mean, this is insane. The 700 holding up. If we give back that support, well, then watch out here on the daily time frame, the previous all-time highs, and it's right here. Right about 698 and some change to down here about 696. That would be a crucial level if it comes back in. Now things can definitely fall apart. We can see, I mean, the way market went up from the top, even if we come down, let's say, right here, right about 686, or even, if it goes lower, we're just going to retrace half of the, rally back down to the downside. And that would be fantastic opportunity. But the war is still not over. We have, gas and oil, everything rising today. Yields, they were up also. The dollar was up, I think, slightly. You can see dollar was actually up on the day, right? And what market did? Well, absolutely nothing. And if you look at dollar here, we're just actually trading into this, I would say this falling type of wedge. And if this thing actually going to break out again, you're gonna see some pain in the S&P 500 in a near future. So keep an eye on this. If the rally continues on S&P, we can possibly go a little bit higher. Another thing I want to point out, this is Dow Jones, and you can see right here. I actually had this for a thumbnail a couple days ago that we would come down probably here, and then we will see a rally back up. Well, you can see we passed that arrow already, and this is where we are. Now, this one here, a little bit interesting that we did not actually make new all-time highs. IWM is there, but did not actually make a new all-time high, only pennies away. But the Dow is holding up here. So Dow, you want to see Dow holding, especially this 486, 485 level for continuation to, I would say, top of this range where we saw, many rejection. That's going to be around 494, and there is a gap here at 491 and some change. We can possibly come up and close that gap. Now, this could be some sort of a catch-up trade as long as we don't drop back down. If it comes back in, there will be support around that 482 mark. So keep an eye on Dow as well. Now, triple Q, I mean, look at this run. Just we had the bear flag, we called it before, we had the breakdown, boom. I mean, when you look at SPY and when you look at QQQ, it's totally different. I mean, look at this run, just straight up, no pullback whatsoever, nothing. Now you can see today we were actually holding up this 636 to 635 support. So if we come back in and we do not hold this support, then watch out. Maybe we get into some lower targets, maybe down here, right about 628, 627, and then only then there is a gap here. This candle is not actually what you're seeing on the screen. There is a gap around 617. So I think we can come in, fill the gap. Is that going to happen tomorrow? Most likely no. I mean, unless there is some catalyst. And right now, I don't know what the heck is wrong with the market because the war is still going on. The blockade does not mean that oil is flowing through a Strait of Hormuz, but who cares? Market took that as a positive catalyst. Last week on Wednesday, gap up and go, and since then we never looked back. We still have higher interest rates. We have higher inflation, higher gas prices, and some of the things the market doing is absolutely crazy right now. IWM, usually you see IWM going up, when there is like rate cuts and things are, cheaper, but things are expensive. But look at right here, guys. I mean, who cares? It's sitting at almost all-time highs. We did close the gap, and now we're sitting here. So, crucial level here on IWM 268. Only if that gives up, maybe you can roll over and fill the gap here, just about 265. And this gap is not even in the picture, which is at what, 252, 253. So let's see if we can come in here, maybe fill the gap and then go for all-time highs, or maybe we hit new all-time highs early as tomorrow, and then we go a little bit higher before pulling back in right here on IWM. VIX, what is VIX doing? We're gonna look at VIX. We're gonna look at also VVIX, and you can see. I mean, I was going to actually put this out yesterday. We're kind of just wedging here. We had that initial break, but we came back in. It was up. I think. How far did we go today here on VIX? 19, but then gave back down to 18 bucks. So this thing is down quite a bit, about 40% from the top and still going down. This is a good support area 18. If this is going to bounce, we might come up and fill the gap, and that way we'll get a higher low in this market. So far, I'm watching 20 bucks. If we can get over that, we get some sort of a nice green candle, especially on VIX. If that happens next couple of session, let's say we get some sort of a pullback in the market, we get something really nice, sizable here. Let's say we get something like this, that would be really bullish for a VIX here, at least in the near short term, where we get a pullback in the market. Because right now there is no opportunity if you're trying to buy the dip in the market. There are no dips. VIX, you can see right here what happened to VIX. Yesterday was actually up. Today we actually made bar to bar higher high here, but we sold off again. There is a gap here, and this thing also falling apart. There's a gap here at 127. So there are a lot of puts that actually came in, but they're couple weeks out. So it does not mean that market will just roll over and die. What I'm actually looking for is some sort of a retracement, because we went up really really fast in this market in just matter of 2 weeks, hitting an all-time high. And that's why it says right there uh, on my Discord, where I called everybody for that all-time high, that we're going to hit that all-time high. And did I actually know that it's gonna happen in 2 weeks? Absolutely not. But in this market, now if the market goes down 20%, well, it's gonna come right back up, and you gotta block all the noise. As a matter of fact, even a lot of the stuff I sold before all-time highs, except Microsoft, which I sold more today, calls, not the shares, but things are just blasting. I still have CRM full position that I took just last week, and that position is just growing bigger and bigger. I go to 200, right? These things are beaten down. So when you just block all the noises and you just do your own thing, you will be making money in the market. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching.